Hey, good evening, people. What's up tonight?
What's going on out there?
How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? As always, man, this is going to be our show called That's the Way Love Goes. I'm Maurice Savage Jr.
And I'm KG Williams.
And you already know what it's about, man. This is a show about empowering love, bringing back real love and real relationships, and getting rid of all the toxic behavior. And for the single people out there, we got advice for you too. And you already know how the show goes, man. I bring some friends along with me on the way to give great advice and get their opinion on the right way about going about love. So, as always, you already know how I do. We swinging around the board. And I got some regulars that I always have on here. Start off with my man Jack. Tell us what's up. Say what's up to the people, Jack, and what's been going on since you've been on last time.
What's going on, y'all? It's your man Jack Gaines, Baltimore, Maryland. Ain't nothing much too heavy. Just celebrated a birthday, took another trip around the sun. So happy to see 37 doing this thing the right way.
Okay, and you already know, man. Happy birthday. I already talked to my bro in real life. I talked to my bro in real life.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You already know the chef. You feel me? One of the greatest women who actually, I think she was the one with our most views with her by herself on here. Yeah. Our most views. So give a shout out to the big chef Keisha right there. Say what's up to the people and what you got going on.
Hey y'all. Still working, still doing it. I'm still in the same place. Keisha Reeves on Facebook. Say like Key on Instagram.
Okay. And before we get started and jump into these topics, man, we got some good ones right here. Go ahead, cuz. Show them what's up.
What we doing now?
Yeah, go ahead, show the people. Give the people a shout out who reach out to us and help us. And before he do that, I gotta give a big shout out to my man Nat, who basically went our producer behind the scenes. And shout out to the people in Hong Kong who've been watching us, the people in the Philippines that been watching. I mean, I don't care if it's 4 or 5.
Right.
I mean, I'm thankful. Zimbabwe, all that shit. I appreciate them. Thank you.
And the national waters.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna keep trying to give more and whatever I can do. And go ahead, cuz. Show what the people got.
And of course, locally. Over the weekend, you can check out the video on our Facebook page, LBGS 360. But I had bought my mom a present, and it's basically a picture of my brother. And I don't know if y'all can.
Oh, they can see it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like it's in a cube. It's like a 3D type of thing, or whatever, and you can see it from like different angles.
All sides.
That's cool.
Or whatever. Just want to
and go ahead tell them,
give a shout out. I know the light kind of.
What's the dude name?
Hold on. I'm gonna put this down. That shit. It's kind of heavy. Hold on. Yeah, just want to give a shout out to the shop, man. The name of the shop there at Patastico Flea Market. That's Patastico Flea Market, 1400 West Patastico Avenue. The name of the place is called April's Unique Designs or whatever, man. Go check them out. They say they there every Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. Man, check them out, man. They got the little necklace too. I don't know. Yeah, it got the little face same type of thing in it or whatever. I mean, they right down the flea market, man. Check them out. And plus, I want to give a shout out because over the weekend, me and my peoples had went out to eat, and we went to a place called Hood Fellas on Calvert Street. Man, check them out, man. They had some good food, man.
Bro, I've been there. They definitely like that, bro.
Yeah, it's a nice spot, man. So go check them out, man.
Okay. As always, man, thank you for anybody who always reach out to us, anybody that help us, because we got a good movement going here. We try and go in a positive direction. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff. All right, topic 1. I'm not trying to put my grandmother on blast, but I got to. Topic number 1. Is it a problem with pets sleeping in the bedroom? And the reason why I said that is because my grandmother and grandfather, they've been together almost like 30 plus years. They have separate rooms just because my grandfather is an animal lover. Now, of course, they still get busy and do their things. They're a happy relationship, but they really like that. And that's not the only couple I ever heard do that. So my question, I'm going to start off with you, Jack. Is it okay for animals to sleep in the bedroom?
It's a no for me. I'm not going to say I'm a huge animal lover. Like, I don't have any pets, but my kids do, like pets. So if we ever had one, I'm fine with it being around the house, but my bed, like, nah. Animals do like weird shit, like they run around and how they take a shit out back and then they sweep their paws in it and all that shit. Nah, that's a no for me. That's my bed. That's If there's anybody germs gonna be in that bed, it's gonna be mine. Fuck that. No pets.
I like that. Anybody germs is gonna be mine. Okay. What about you, Keisha? Do you think it's cool? You feel me? For people to sleep in the bed with the animals.
Am I black?
Well said.
Pets are for the floor. They get their own bed. What they gotta be in mine for? They don't gotta be in mine. Go on about your business.
Damn. So, I mean, if it was a guy or somebody that was a dog, I ask both of y'all this: if they was a dog lover or a cat lover. I mean, because some people let the cat sleep at the bottom of the bed, the dog can sleep at the foot of the bed. So, I mean, that's a no in general. Before I let my man D get in.
The thing is, you could have a pet. I'm not gonna say you can't have a pet, but why is the pet sleeping in my bed? No.
And go ahead, Jack.
Now I was going to ask, was you saying that like if it was like a deal breaker or something? I mean, either way, it would still be a no because the pet in the bed is a deal breaker for me.
So I mean, I'm just asking how you feel. I mean, if it's a deal breaker, I mean that's how you feel because I mean there's some people who that much of dog lovers. I've seen people feed the dog an apple and then they bite off it as well. So I mean, there's people in relationship with people like that. So I was just saying, I mean, is that allowed? I mean, but I mean, on y'all end, I like y'all answer. Y'all both said no. So what about you? What about you? Do you think it's cool for the animals to sleep in the bed with y'all?
It's funny because when I got with my son's mother, she had a dog.
Okay.
And she used to let it sleep in the bed with her. But once we moved together, I was like, no, that's a no. Like, I don't want no animals. And like, don't get me wrong, I don't have nothing against dogs. Like, I love dogs, but at the same time, I don't want them in the bed. Mm-hmm. Like Jack said, they outside playing their own shit. They licking their own ass. Like they doing all. They just. I mean, dogs can be nasty sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
want them just all up in my bed like that. Like, no, you got your own little bed on the floor. Do you? You know what I mean? You don't need to be up here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's on you, cuz.
How you feel?
It's on you, cuz. Now, is it all right for the animals to sleep in the bed with you?
I mean, everybody got their preference. I don't want to sit and say it's all right, it's cool. Like, I don't know what the fuck they do and shit. But I mean, for me, I mean, like, cause we really keep our animals clean or whatever. You know, we give them baths regularly.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And so when they go to the like vet and stuff, like they'll be like they don't got no fleas, no nothing, or whatever. So I mean, and still. Me saying that still don't make it no cleaner because they, but
still do that.
I mean, long as it's a small dog for me, you can sleep at the foot of the bed. I don't mind.
Okay, I like that. I mean, he's more open to it, long as the size on the dog. Because I'm thinking the same thing. Like, I'm really not with that animal shit, especially if you're a big pit bull Rottweiler. I'm not with that shit at all. You feel me? But if it's something, something like socks or something like that, or I mean,
like
it's
a little poodle. Or like the dude came in when I was at the dispensary, he had like a little Frenchie, like something like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, I would definitely. It would be worked with, but overall, probably not because I wouldn't want to hit my girl mouth. Nah, let's go ahead and get you out of there. I mean, anything that's going to cause me to have an argument or not have sex, let me go ahead and eliminate that problem. So, nah, I without a shadow of a doubt, unless it's some small animal, you feel me, super small, and I would base it off my girl. Basically, let her tell me if she would want the dog in there or the cat. And I don't even like cats for real. I mean, that's too much allergies going on out there, motherfucker. So, nah, not for me. All right, topic 2. We see a lot of this going on. I hear people call this shit gaslighting. Could you be in a relationship with somebody who was always doing tit for tat? They every time they felt some type of way, they just said, "Well, you did it. That's why I did it." And there's people out here, and the reason why I came up with this topic because there are people out here who legitimately think that is a good way to be or the right way to be, that you did this, I'm gonna do this. Or I saw you do something similar, so I was just doing a little security deposit, doing something just in case. So could you be in a relationship with someone who does that tit for tat? Because these people think they're really good people, and it's I guess a defense mechanism. Go ahead, Jack, you can go first.
It's definitely a big no for me. I feel like all right, the first thing with the tit for tat thing, I can't excuse that because it's extremely petty for one. I mean, let's just acknowledge that. But secondly, I feel like sometimes people will do that And I feel like you have to use all this energy to quote unquote, what is another term they say, like getting the lick back or something like that, or whatever. Sometimes people know real shit. Sometimes people really could just be one you trying to like return that to them, but that's naturally how they are. And I'll give you a small example. So it was a show that I used to mess with back in the day, and like I process shit differently. I'm not an argumentative person. I said what I said, and that's the end of the discussion. Like, I mean, if I feel like it's gonna lead to an argument, I'm definitely not trying to, you know what I mean, have that discussion. But because she is extremely like informational, she wanted to talk about everything, like every little minute detail, which I really never gave a fuck about. But she would like want to tell me. So I would be open and listen, but she would expect me to communicate with her like she communicated with me. So her defense mechanism was, you know, the tit for tat thing. Well, something going wrong with her. Now I told you she naturally like to just talk and run her mouth. But now she want to give me the silent treatment because I did it. Well, that's how I naturally am. So I feel like when you got to go out of your way to try to do what somebody did to you, sometimes that could definitely backfire on you in a major way, because somebody's natural way of being, if it's not doing anything destructive to the relationship, there's nothing going, there's no foul play in the relationship, let that person be who they are. So you feel like you gotta play tit for tat with them. I feel like that's just you taking a lot of energy out of yourself for no reason at all. It's just unnecessary for real, and it's fucking stupid if you ask me.
I like it. So the answer is no for you. You couldn't dare be in a relationship with her.
Hell no. Hell no.
Okay. What about you, Keisha?
A tit for tat.
And I already know your answer gonna be no, because that sounds like a pussy ass nigga being in a relationship with a woman and you really doing tit for tat with a woman. So go ahead, Keisha. We'll let you go ahead.
I've been in a relationship with somebody that was tit for tat. It didn't last. I also used to be a tit for tat person. I was a forever get my lick back. Forever. You cheat on me once. You cheat on me once, the entire relationship is open at that point.
God damn. Okay.
I'm
Damn.
just, but what you were saying, Jack, it sounds like y'all got y'all communication styles was too different to work out anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, but what I'm saying is this: the point I was making out of that was how I naturally am. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, on my bad.
No, I'm saying how I naturally am. Mm-hmm. You can't. I guess fault a person for who they are and how they are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I mean that. I mean, of course, put it in context. I mean, something as natural as that. Like, I don't like to sit and talk for hours about shit that's bothering me. I process it and I just deal with it as it goes along. You know what I mean? As I go with it.
I think that's more of a men versus women thing, though. I think that's more of a, because we process things differently than you all do. Mm-hmm. We need to know all the details to know how to get over it. Some of us do, especially ones that have, but it also sounds like it could be some other things. I don't want to diagnose anybody, but that's somebody that overthinks if you got to explain every detail. That's just that deep. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so, that could be it too.
So now my thing is, like, Keisha, are you done being that type of person?
For the most part. I'm still growing.
I'm
completely out of it, because I would be petty as hell at work. I'm still a tick for tack person at work. I'm trying to grow out of that, but one day at a time.
Yeah, hey, long as you're working on it, that's the key. That's what the show is all about. Long as
you recognize it and you're working on it.
Yeah, recognize it and working on it. I like that, cuz. All right, what about you, Dre, man? What about you? Matter of fact, since Keisha brought it up somewhat, have you ever been a tit for tat person? And have you ever been in a relationship with one?
Hell yeah, I've been a tick for tack motherfucker when I was younger. I mean, I ain't know no better. Like, you did something I ain't like, I'm gonna definitely get back on you. You know what I mean? That's for sure. But it wasn't the right thing to do. Like, I was immature. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't advise it to do, especially if you're in a relationship. Now, if it's somebody you're dealing with, then it's still bad either way you look at it. But as far as being in a relationship with a tick for tack person, I probably have before. And it sucked. Because, I mean, I look at it like this. People going to make mistakes. But if you're the type that's going to do something just because somebody did something, then that was really your character in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't act like you're such a good person, but then as soon as somebody mess up, oh yeah, you did that, or watch what I do. then I mean that's who you are as a person. Like you, like now, let's put the prime example. Let's say now, if something was to happen to me now, I would just let the shit go. As long as there ain't nothing detrimental to my life or nothing like that, I was like, oh yeah, fuck it. It is what it is. Stop dealing with the person versus me being all negative and gotta use so much energy trying to get my get back. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So I would just like, you know what? Okay, cool. You did that. That's fine. I'm gonna just keep it moving, and I mean, I'm gonna just leave you alone versus being on some bullshit because that's not in my character no more. But if I was to be on some bullshit, then I just let you know that's truly who I am.
You know, energy, man. You know, being younger, I was definitely a tick for tack or whatever. You know, I had the energy for it then. Now that I'm older and I'm wiser and all that good shit or whatever, man, I ain't trying to waste that energy or go tick for tack with nobody, man. Like, and I suggest you don't do it. It's just too much energy. Like, wow. Like, man, just leave. Shit. If it's like that, just leave, man. Like,
yo, not to mention
go ahead.
that you gotta deal with the karma that come from that, because I mean, in more serious situations, when it come down to that, somebody could do something that let's say it is something that's wrong that could screw up the relationship. Like, I mean, we see examples of it in reality and as well as, like, you know, movies and shit like that. That movie, I can't, it escapes my mind right now, but the Tyler Perry movie where Smollett, what is it?
You talk about Acrimony?
No, not that. But that's another. Yeah, that's another example. Like somebody that was just basically trying to be spiteful, and then you wind up like missing out on what could have been
over that boat. Like,
but my point in that is this: you got to live with the consequences of decisions that you make. So if somebody did something to you, you had an option to move on, basically like what KG just said, or stay and continue to deal with it. But some people feel like I'm gonna get even, so I'm gonna do the same thing. You ain't guaranteed to get the same results that person got when they did that. So I mean, I feel like people need to definitely weigh those options before they make the, you know, pick the wrong option. You know what I mean? I don't know why the movie escapes me, but long story short, the wife felt like she wasn't getting enough attention from her guy. She started messing with some guy. Somehow she wound up getting AIDS or something like that. I can't think of the name of the movie.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can't
Kim Kardashian was in it for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, she was the
Yeah, I think so. And the dude from House of Pain, I can't think of his name either. The dark-skinned dude from House of Pain, he was the husband or whatever, but
yeah,
him.
Yeah, but Reese, also I'll tell you this before we move on. Tick for tack and gaslighting are two different things.
For real?
Yes.
The only reason why I said it because I saw this guy from
a lot of things people be online saying what gaslighting isn't. Gaslighting is we can have an argument and you can blame me for something, like basically like it's your fault that this happened to you. It's this fault, this and that. Like, you know how like abusive.
I got you. Flipping the script. I got you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I seen when I was watching the podcast, a guy said the same thing, but as you just said, people are making their own definitions of it for real. So I guess we all need to come on one accord with the real thing.
Yeah, man. But like I said, it takes too much energy, man. Just get up out of there.
Sure.
And well, I know you used to watch the Keisha. You used to watch that show called Girlfriends.
Yes.
Remember that one episode, the skinny dark skin one. You feel me? She cheated on one of her dudes, right? Like later on down the seasons, he hollered at her again and he got her again. He only messed with her for like 2 weeks just to cheat on her. And what he did was they was in a relationship and everything was going good. She went to the store. Why this nigga had a girl in there? He was fucking her when she came through the door and shit. And what he did. I just wanted to put his clothes on. I just wanted to get you back for what you did to me. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, you know you gotta be. That's some. What's this shit called? Premeditated.
That's vindictive.
Spiteful.
Vindictive.
Vindictive.
Like that.
You say a lot of motherfuckers do shit like that. Catch a motherfucker fucking or send a video of you getting smashed. Hey yo,
that's called revenge porn. You can go to jail for that.
You can go to revenge.
Now you
for sending somebody sex.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
Rewind for a second.
If you
go to jail,
or video without the person's permission, that is
yes. If you send it out, you can get in trouble for that.
And you're now you have to register as a sex offender as well.
And that's called revenge porn.
Yes.
Wow. Since you ain't want to be with me, watch how I fuck this. Wow.
You going to jail? It's like,
hey,
She can either decide to send him to jail and or press charges and get money as well.
yeah, so you gonna get a fine too.
No, ain't no fine. He's gonna get sued.
Oh,
Sued, not a fine.
well, for me, that so it's my turn to answer. For me, when I was young, I definitely was a tit for tat person. I mean, and I'm talking about the clown type of tit for tat. I mean, you ain't give me nothing, she gonna give me some. You tripping today, I'm gonna go over it was like that, and then act like it ain't nothing never happened. Treat you good as a motherfucker, like it never happened. You feel me? So I definitely was a tit for tat person, and I definitely got my calm. I can't be mad at the women who did it to me. I just found like when I got older, it was like, y'all understand life now. It's stupid for you to do that. We men and you're a woman. But I guess that's my karma for as a kid. I mean, girls like me like that, and I was just on some. All right, well, keep acting like you don't want to do it. Well, keep not doing it.
If you want the next will.
Yeah, keep on doing it. And my favorite saying back in the day when I was young: women make other women necessary. I'm just that was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, let's make it that straight.
Hell of a saying, right?
I ain't never hear you say that, Reese.
Huh?
I ain't never hear you say that.
I know because I didn't. I'm hanging with guys. I'm telling my guy friends because you know how you talk to your
guys. Because I have known you since we were like 14.
I know, and my I had a lot of girls.
That was God talk.
Yeah, that was God talk. I had a lot of girls. Yeah, so and that was. I mean, that's how it was. Like that's how I felt. Like if you just would do it, I wouldn't have to worry about it. I was young minded. You feel me? Thinking. I mean, I was going into the game, so that's how it was. But
the games begin.
Yeah, I think it's bad to do tit for tat. I think it's definitely childish. There's definitely some kid shit. Because almost the point of when you're in an argument with somebody and the nigga make a point and you keep on saying, "What about this though? What about this though?" Just keep repeating the same. What about this though? Bitch, go to the next word, the next sentence on this motherfucker. Keep saying the same shit. I hate when motherfuckers.
I be forgetting stuff to say in the argument. I don't even be one. I got a headache. I don't feel like this.
Yeah.
I mean, but the point of that is, they reached the reason why people do that though, because that's them refusing to acknowledge their fuck up, their fault, they're wrong. I feel like that's why that shit even happen. To be keeping the bang, that's why the tit for tat shit happen. People can't accept the fact that they're not perfect, that they're gonna fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Their image of me being the perfect woman or the perfect man, you know what I'm saying, to whoever you with. And when they get into an argument and that shit boil over, a person will continue to keep on repeating that same thing to say, "What about this?" to basically try to prove to the other person like you got faults too, instead of acknowledging what you did wrong in the moment, because that's all it is a moment.
Right.
But most people not mature enough to really handle that shit.
That's a manipulation tactic. A lot of people do that shit. Like you try
absolutely.
To point something out, like, "Hey, you doing this wrong? But you do this." And like, look, ho. We not talking about me right now. We can get to me.
Yeah.
But right now, we talking about you. We ain't going to make a U-turn and go the other way. No, we gonna focus on this right now. And then once we get done with this, hey, we can talk about me all you want.
Redirection. I definitely had to learn that more because the chicks I was meeting, they was famous for doing that, and I was falling for a hook, line, and sinker, boy. Be on a whole different subject, and it'd be like, "Dang, I didn't get to talk about really." I don't want to talk about. That's why I say you can't beat them in
you can't beat them
verbal combat.
Yo, I just looked up something. Women say 20,000 words a day compared to men 7,000. That's let you know you can't beat a woman when it comes to talking.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. That point that Dre just made, that is subjective. Because when it comes down to a man verbally, issuing out whatever to a woman, it ain't always what you say. It's definitely about how you say it. Because at the end of the day, with my approach, for one, I ain't finna sit and argue with no woman. If I'm tired of the argument, I'm gonna say what I have to say firmly, and I'm gonna stand on that. So if she wants to continue to talk after that, she'll be talking to her goddamn self, because I'm not going to indulge with that. So far as the whole tempers flaring and yelling at me, that shit is off the fucking table. Like we ain't doing that.
Makes sense to me.
No, I feel you, because it takes too much energy to be sitting there just going back and forth.
Man.
Exactly.
And then I'm done.
It's almost y'all ain't hear Mel Gibson, all that energy he used when he was cussing that girl out on the phone. Y'all ain't
that nigga was crazy. That nigga's crazy.
He was right. He
was breathing all hard. Sound like he was great, having a heart attack.
I think he would have killed her if he seen her in person. He probably would have killed her.
Too much energy.
He wouldn't even hear about that nigga no more.
It's too much energy, yeah.
All right, the next topic. You feel me? I want to know this. I think we all been through this too, because when I be saying certain topics, he whispered to me, "Yeah, we all been through that." So why do people know the relationship is over but still stay? You know what I'm saying? You still go through that fucked up moment. Like I could put myself in a tell example about myself. I remember one time I was messing with this girl LB. That we're gonna use that for sure. That's matter of fact. Y'all watch my show all the time. Watch our show all the time. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one who tried to make me dress like Keith Sweat. Now anyway,
Make it last forever.
Make it last forever. You feel me? So anyway, I'll never forget being in a relationship with her. The relationship was cool, blah blah. But when you get to the end, when you know it's over. When I went outside with my friends, everything was going good. You relaxing. But it was like soon as I opened the door, it was like a dark cloud because you know it was over. The romance ain't the same, the feeling ain't the same. So my question is, hey, everybody, you feel me? And Keisha, if you want to go first, why do we still stay when we know it's over?
That's crazy you say that.
Because you love the person. And even though you know love isn't enough, you still try for love. Regardless of whatever. But that also has something to do with your self-worth and a whole bunch of other things that's underlying as well. But most people just stick around for love because they want it to go back to how it was. They chasing that high of the highest of their relationship.
And if it ain't love, it's resources. It's because they got good comfortability. Boy, they got a good thing going on. They done analyze. They like, if I leave, this is probably the best I'm gonna be able to do. Like, let me not go nowhere. Some people think like that.
What about you, Jack? I mean, have you been in that situation, and what would your advice be to those? You still stay when you know it's over.
Have I been in that situation? I guess I would have to say yeah. Well, like me and my kid's mom. Well, the premise to what Keisha said is spot on. Like, yeah, when you love a person, you have a connection to them, especially if it's been for a length of time when things were good for majority of the time. And then things just start to change because we change, we evolve. So, I mean, obviously, if you've been with somebody, anything over a 5-year time period, yeah, it's a lot of, that's 5 calendars. A lot of change can go on in 5 years. So, I mean, if you don't reevaluate the space that you in from year 1 to 5, yeah, some arguments going to take place. There's going to be some disagreements and the shit going to get ugly. So, yeah, so I would say, yeah, like for me, it was, for one, my kids, that's the first thing. So that goes back into the falls under the umbrella of connection because you don't want to break up your family. But and that's from a male perspective. From a female perspective, I think KG said it, like resources, if you are the primary breadwinner, I mean, yeah, both of y'all are doing it, but you trying to make some other things happen. You still want to, even though you may not always see eye to eye with that woman, you still want to make sure her well-being is good and she's still taken care of and so forth. So you may not leave for that reason. It's a myriad of reasons why we don't leave. I feel like from the emotional standpoint, if you just dating somebody, again, to Keith's point, it could be that connection that you had initially, because I'll say this, and I'm about to tell on myself. So like back in the day, like it'd be a chick that I know that we ain't had no intentions. I ain't had no intentions on being with her long term, but I feel like the magnetism of, just what we did when we vibing, that part was good, but everything else, it was no connection there. So my thing is this, she gonna get on my nerves, she gonna keep texting me and bothering me, and she not my girl. It's like I don't have to subject myself to that. But for the moment, for those moments of pleasure, whatever the case is, I would sacrifice my peace, which is crazy. I don't know why the fuck I ever did it. I don't know why anybody ever does it. But when you're young, you tend to do certain things and put up with certain shit that when you start to go through the maturation process, you kind of reevaluate that situation. Because I can say that I did that, and I'm not looking back on it now. I was like, damn, that shit was crazy. Because at the end of the day, you can fuck anybody. Like, I mean, let's keep it a thing. You can fuck anybody. Like, sex is everywhere. And you don't have to deal with the frustration of whatever that person dishing out. So when you know it's over, when you should just totally detach from that person, most times because of those situations, we don't.
All right, what about you, Dre? Have you ever been in that situation? And what would your advice be to those who still stay in a relationship when you know it's over?
I think it's happening to everybody. And I think the reasons why people do it is because, I mean, for one, love, comfortability, kids, finances.
Think about that.
It's a lot of reasons. I mean, you be wanting to try to work it out and see if it's something that you can fix. And some people don't like to be alone. Some people need relationships. And some people don't want to start all over. They feel like, oh, I've been with this motherfucker 6-7 years. Damn, I gotta start all over again from day one. You know what I mean? Then the next motherfucker I might go through some bullshit with. So let me try to fix this shit. You know what I mean? Because they comfortable with the situation. They already know this motherfucker. They ain't gotta relearn somebody all over again.
I like that. Relearn somebody. I like that.
So,
Hey, yo, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Somebody in the comments said, hell no, fuck them kids. My happiness come first. I'm just going to take a wild guess and say that person don't have kids, because when you know what the situation is with your kids, if anybody's ever been in a situation co-parenting where both of y'all 10 toes down for y'all kids, that situation ain't as easy to walk away from as you think.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you because I actually live.
You're right about that. It definitely ain't easy to walk away with.
Yeah, you got kids involved, man. Like that's a whole different ball. And I don't have kids, but I know all my homeboys and stuff do pretty much whatever. You know, that's a hard situation to walk away
when
from.
you have kids, it's no longer about you no more.
Straight up.
It's not fuck them kids, it's fuck your happiness for real. If you really want to be a 10-toe down parent, like you're gonna have to sacrifice for your child. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so you up next, cuz. What about you? Have you been in that situation? What your advice would be for those who still stay in a relationship when you know it's over?
Man, why are people stay in it? Like we just said it, like love, comfortability, and plus, I mean, and I'll say this, like it's hard, not hard, but it's if something not right, like I'll get up out of there or whatever, and I'm more like that now than I used to be or whatever. I was completely the opposite almost, but
I can believe that.
But man, I mean, if it's not right, should get up out of there. I mean, but I don't know, yeah.
Well, I just say for me, go ahead. No. Oh well, for me, that happened to me twice. I already told you that one was trying to make me look like Keith Sweat, and then my longest relationship, my 6-year one. One of the key factors, it was basically on this, like you think it's going to work, you think it's something going to happen because of the length that you're with the person, and then it'd be a lot of bullshit times, but you know, when you have them good moments and them great moments, it be feeling real good. And you like, okay, I think this going to happen a little bit more. Or I'm thinking I'm going to have more events or more happiness like this. And then it go right back to that bullshit where it's like God showing you signs, but you want to ignore them at the same time. And you are ignoring them because that's what the whole thing is about, us staying. So, I mean, I've been through the shit where, nah, man, let me work it out. People telling you, like, don't give up on every argument. When you're going through situations and problems, still fight through the situation. So that's what I'm thinking, and that's what I'm going through.
I mean, when should you leave? How bad should it be for you?
For like I said, when LB, it was bad. You feel me? When I was going home and literally sleeping on the couch, and we ain't cooking dinner for each other no more. We ain't even talking to each other. We walking past each other like we roommates. Like I never want to feel that shit ever again. And that wasn't even no heartbreak. I was still doing me, but it was like, damn, bro, like. This person that you was just in love with, you feel me? Until that heated argument happened, you feel me? Everything was good. Now y'all acting like y'all don't even know each other. Like that's it. And I dealt with that for like 2 months, and then of course I moved out and got my shit. But I was
feeling like that too at one point.
See what I'm saying?
Feeling like a roommate and shit. It was definitely time to get up out of there.
Yeah, when you got that feeling going on, it's definitely time to go. And like I said, for the other one that was for 6 years, that wasn't even about like the roommate shit. It was more like, yo, I'm trying to make this shit work, man. It's 6 years. This is my longest. You feel me? I know a marriage could come out of this somehow, some way. And you would think, yo, because you with somebody for a long period of time, that is a marriage or a marriage material type thing. But I've seen it all the time. Motherfuckers will be with each other 20, 30 years and then break up. I'm like, what the fuck? At the 20 years? But hey, you can get tired of the person. I guess that's what it is.
Should you leave just because of the length? No,
should you leave because of the length?
Yeah, I mean, should you stay because just of the time y'all been together?
Unless you on some rent a nigga type shit, like yo, I gave you 20 years of my life. Let me go do 20 years somewhere else. Unless you're doing that, because I mean, you could can you say that? If I gave you 20 years,
20, you might as well. I mean, let's say do something drastically fucked up. You might as well just say, hey, y'all down for each other.
Yeah.
I mean, let's like I said, let's say doing something fucked
like
up.
Long term like that. The way I don't even know if I would leave long term like that or whatever, because that's a lot of investment. Yeah, I mean, and I ain't talking about just no resources, nothing like that, but
that's
just that's a long time to be with somebody, and y'all gotta, we had to We had to hash that out.
We definitely had to hash that out for sure. I mean, and I even think we should give advice for the people that's 10 years. I mean, like, it can still possibly happen, but I mean, if it's time to exit, it's time to exit. Don't be everywhere else happy, and then when you get around your mate, you feel like dark clouds. So I wouldn't suggest
just try your best, and so when you leave, you know you did all you can do for the relationship. You know what I mean? And if it don't work, hey, it is what it is. At least you tried.
Now this topic right here is for the ladies, because this is gonna be super funny. I was talking to one of my homegirls months ago before I made this topic up, and she was telling me about a situation where she don't like it that her nigga asks for sex. Nigga, just take it. And
whoa, what?
Yeah.
Just take it.
What happened is he'll be like, "This babe, can I have some pussy?" Instead of you doing your thing, licking on your girl, kissing on your girl, fucking, and he always doing some clown shit.
Oh, you saying he asking instead of
just taking it? And she was like,
"Got you."
And then on a flip side, there is some women, you feel me? I know some who say, "Nigga, you better ask." So my thing is, could you deal with something like that? Where, no. First let's do it the right way. Give advice to the dudes who be asking for pussy. Like, babe, can I get some ass today? It's dudes that be like, "Yo, babe, can I get some head? Babe, can I get some pussy?" Like,
that's why you ain't getting
it. Yeah. Because I never had to ask. It happens. I don't know. I didn't even know you had
to. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, I don't even know.
They dated someone that feel that you need consent before you do that. Because some women are like, some women that were raped or whatever in the past.
Yeah,
they're now on some consent is sexy. I need you to verbally ask me, could I do this? I need you to verbally ask me. So you got to look at it from both sides. I've never dated somebody that acts like that, but if they did, I would understand why. You got to look at it from all sides, though.
So if you was dating a guy that was doing that, would you eventually tell him like, "Yo, you ain't got to ask, do you?"
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then on the flip side, I definitely want to hear you. Well, you kind of just answered it too, where females who just be on some, when I say we can do it, that's when we gonna do it. Not on no, you handle your business. So I mean, you kind of just explained it. You ain't.
I just know some women that feel that they need that permission verbally because they were violated by somebody else in the past.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yo, I mean, I see what you're saying, yo. I'm just gonna try, man. If she ain't feeling it for whatever time, she gonna let me know. I mean, that's how it's gonna go with me. Yeah. Like,
but in this climate, you can't even do that unless you know for sure she wants it. Because if you kiss her, that's now assault.
But with your girl though,
I mean, if she decides to say that it's assault, it's assault.
If I kiss her,
I mean, if it's
what I'm saying is, if you in a room, if you're in a bed with your girl and you decide to start kissing on her or whatever, and then she tell you that she's not down for it, but I guess that's if you continue going, then it would be considered.
Right. Oh no, if she say no, babe, I don't feel like it tonight. I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna stop. I ain't gonna keep. I mean, come on now, I ain't no animal.
You're right.
I mean, I'm gonna stop. But
other than that, you
ain't asking. I ain't asking.
You doing you. Okay.
Man, the ones that ask, the ones that don't get nothing. You ain't supposed to just come out and be, "Can I get some?" Come on, yeah.
Get in the mood. Go ahead, Jack.
I was gonna say, like, in terms of what KG was saying, like, yeah, I'm old school. Like, I'm gonna take the temperature first. You know what I'm saying? I like the female form, so I'm gonna explore the body first. Like, if her vibes is off, of course, then I'm gonna start asking questions, because it's like, it ain't never. I'm just saying this, and I ain't been on no bragging shit, but there ain't never been a female that was on a one-on-one type with me, and she wasn't trying to go. So I mean, like I said, I'm gonna take the temperature to see, how she feel about the situation, and of course, if she says no, then that's just that. But in terms of like asking, the only time I'm asking a woman for permission to do anything is if I'm just meeting this. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just meeting them, obviously, there's a process I gotta go through. But if me and this, this woman been vibing, we've been around each other, stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not asking anything. I'm just gonna take the temperature by physically doing. Like I said, of course, is a step. Fellas, we know the step by step. I mean, you know how that goes. So that's what I'm gonna do. But as far as the whole Q&A thing, no. Now I say if a deeper conversation need to be had with that woman, because to Keisha's point, she was saying that what a woman might have been through. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's only fair, like when you vetting each other, y'all should definitely have those talking points to know what those triggers are for situations as such, is what she said, because we don't know what past traumas that woman been through. And I mean, as odd as this might sound, females don't know the triggers that men go through. It might be some men out there that's sensitive like that too. I mean, I don't personally know any, but it very well could be. Tell me I'm wrong, though. Tell me I'm wrong.
I feel you.
Listen, you know something, they just don't talk about it.
That's a valid point too, because I know there's a lot of people that keep quiet about. Like you said, yeah, that's a valid point.
I believe this. Now I ain't gonna disagree, but I feel like this because I believe all things in the world can happen. So I believe men get molested just like how women do, and I think men do get sexual harassed a little bit. I think, but when men get sexual harassed, we look at it different.
Yeah,
we want it
different. Way different.
And the only time it is a problem if we're in a relationship because we ain't trying to get in trouble. So that's what I
feel like that's the only reason too, because I've never been in a situation where a woman was flirting on. And let me keep it a bean. Even being in a relationship, if another woman flirt with me, that just let me know I'm still that nigga. I've been that nigga my whole life. But I'm just saying, that's just me talking. But for real, like that's the way we look at it sometimes. Sometimes our ego get there and we feel like, you'll go home and tell your girl, like, yo, today shorty was trying to talk to you, whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? But ain't never been in a situation where a man feel like, oh, I'm just so uncomfortable. Please don't look at me this way, or don't. I don't know anybody like that. I don't.
Facts. All right. So what about you, Trey? You feel me?
When I was younger, I definitely wasn't asking. I wasn't taking no neither, but at the same time, I wasn't asking. Like
you said, not even when he was younger. So fellas that's watching this who would asking, go ahead.
I would just do something, and then she tell me no. She tell me no. Like, yo, my nickname used to be Big Aggressive. Like, I'm dead serious.
What the fuck?
But like, yo, women like, I ain't gonna lie, women. I ain't gonna say all women, but big portion,
most of them
like aggressive men. Mm-hmm. Like they want a man to be aggressive
the right way. You're right, the right way.
But you're not ripping no clothes off and no shit like that.
Exactly.
But they want you to take charge and you know what I mean. Go at the. I mean, you guys gotta be. You can't be scared. You just gotta be confident in what you're doing. If you're confident in what you're doing, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get what you want. You can't be going and saying little shit here.
Hey, what you say, Keisha?
We like confident men. We don't like aggressive men. Aggression only works if you're already in a relationship. Unless you already had sex, unless you already done those things.
But that's kind of
aggression is a turn.
Females that was said different.
No, it depends. It depends on the female. It depends on the female.
Yeah,
she waved me off, fellas. Y'all see that?
Most women get freaky.
Man, I say, man, be a man, do man shit. Because nowadays, if you don't, then she must rather be asking our homegirls like, "Hey, you ain't trying nothing. Is he gay?"
No,
like,
no.
That is also true.
So, I mean, so y'all confused. So ladies, that is also true. So ladies, y'all confusing this, man. Y'all really is. We go too. I mean, we not supposed to do too much. Going at man stuff or whatever, but then on the other hand, if we don't, then y'all might think we gay. Like, come on, man! Like, what is going on? Like, we
I mean, I'm not one of the women that go around calling men gay, but I do know women that do. So
I would say nowadays, though, with the climate, the way things are, you kind of gotta be careful because there's a lot of people with that Me Too movement. You better be careful what you do to certain people. So nowadays, you might want, if it ain't your girl, you might want to ask. But
you are supposed to ask every time.
Because that's what it was. You don't. Because I want to make sure that people that's listening, you feel me? It's not. It was a dude that she try and get with. No, it was her actual dude that she been messing with, and she's like, yo. He don't be aggressive with me. He asked me, can he get hit with it? And she's like, I don't be.
No, you shouldn't have to ask your girl.
No, not your girl.
Yeah, that's what we talking about. The girl. That's what I got.
Especially if she expect you to be faithful, man. She better do her job. Shit.
Like, man, like I said, I'm gonna try to get it popping. And if she ain't feeling it for whatever night that night, she might be sleepy. She might be tired. It might have a long day at work. Might be angry because of what happened at work. She need to cool down or something or whatever. And it's just the wrong time. Like, I mean,
yeah, that's fine. But you know how sometimes bros want to just use that shit as a weapon.
Hey.
It's a woman.
Hey.
Hey, you know y'all do that.
Hey. What's up
Say
with the
what you
broad?
saying out loud. She don't want everybody to know.
You check the bras.
That's a woman.
No, they just say woman.
Exactly,
That's
please,
a broad?
thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
thought he
I
said woman.
I
But he
thought I
No,
said
he said the broads.
Well, there's women out here who use sex as a weapon,
That is true.
and that's not cool.
That is not cool. That's
I love it. I love it. Well, like, well, as everybody said, man, especially in the comments, man, go with the flow, man. Go with the vibe. You shouldn't be asking shit. I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's just clear, just like that. You shouldn't be asking anybody. That's how I feel. Like that sound dumb, yo. Can I get some head? Can I? I mean, if you want some joking around shit, but how you saying to somebody? I don't even think I ever. Nah, I ain't never say that to nobody, yo. I never say, yo, can I get some head or can I get some pussy? I got it the regular way you get it. I don't. What are you asking questions for?
It's gonna happen. It's
What happen? You feel me? I think and how would you feel if you say, "Man, can I?" Or yo, can I get some pussy? And she say, "Yeah." What you gonna do? Like, so unbuckle your pants?
Well, to the younger people, man, that's what if you like that, that's why you ain't getting it. And we ain't saying be forceful, nothing like that. I mean, just lean in, try to kiss her or something. If she ain't trying to kiss you, then that's a sign. Or whatever.
Hey, yo, but no, real shit though. Most of the younger generation, they kind of act off of what they see on like TV because it's really not a lot of clear examples on solid relationships, especially the intimacy part before the part that leads up before you get to sex, where you feel like you gotta ask another. Because, like, I'm just being honest, I know a lot of young cats. Y'all know I'm a football coach, so these young cats, they talk to me about everything. And the truth of the matter is, these young cats really ain't got no type of game, so they don't even know how to take the temperature for real. They just all they know is get to the point. So they will really ask a female, and they blunt with what they say. You should. I'm telling you, just listen to how some of these youngsters talk to these young ladies. You know what I'm saying? Some of these young boys talk to some of these young girls. Yo, they talk crazy to each other, yo. And I would not put it past them to do exactly what Reese said. Be like, yo, can I get some head? Like, they'd be direct with it. So if you want to look at it from that standpoint, being direct, I guess that's kind of a good thing. But it's just like, it don't take all that. It really don't.
I can kind of see what you're saying. Where you can be, you got to be.
I think if a girl being
at some point, I can kind of see what you're saying with that.
I ain't gonna lie.
No, that's very subtle.
I don't even think I want no girl if I gotta ask you that shit.
And then far as if she been through some type of, far as trauma or something like that or whatever, we try to find that out in the beginning.
Yeah, and I think women communicate that too. So I guess how you approach the situation when it's time for it. For the most part, any woman that I've dealt with, they straight up told me before we even did anything. They let me know what it was and all that shit. Right. So as a man, I already knew how to handle the situation when it came time for it. So it's all about respect on that. But
young
fellas,
don't know what they do.
Go with the flow, man. Smoke some weed, chill, relax. Netflix. You don't even have to talk when that's on.
Right.
So
be cool. Go with the flow. Slide up. Get close to her. Hey, I ain't even got. I shouldn't even have to be X solid.
Why you all the way over there?
Right.
There you go. I don't bite. There you go.
Why you got these on?
Hey, I'm gonna give all the young guys right. Yo, hey, give a girl a massage.
Say, Keisha,
that's a gateway to sex right there.
Listen, I've heard. Why you all the way over there? Take these off. Why you got these on?
Oh, your back hurt. Let me rub your back for you.
Everybody,
let me give you a massage, girl. Go ahead, lay down, girl. Let me give you a massage.
The back massage is 23 seconds, and then you had. Never mind.
There
you go.
That's a woman. That's a woman.
We shouldn't have these things, man. We shouldn't have to be telling y'all.
You would start charging y'all, little
niggas asking for shit.
All right, that's why you ain't getting
it. Topic number. Go.
Man, just real quick, man. LVGS 360 on everything, man. All platforms. We grade third season coming up. Mm-hmm. We got some new equipment and stuff. We getting it together. We gonna be moving to YouTube, right?
Yep, moving to YouTube. Same. Yep, we're talking about it. Yep.
So, like I said, on all platforms, man. Look out for us on those other platforms too as well.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You already know.
Right.
All right. Topic number 5. You feel me? If you was to get someone pregnant or get pregnant, Keisha, just like the Usher situation, Would you confess it, or do like how most people do, go with the flow and play that mind game of, I'll let you know if I got somebody pregnant, or I'm gonna let him keep thinking that he the father until we see a resemblance at the end? Would you? I mean, because we got first. Because we got to be adult. Would you confess?
I mean, me personally, if I'm with somebody and I got somebody else pregnant, I'm gonna have to tell them. It's gonna come out sooner. You're gonna have to face that sooner or later. Like, so there's no reason to drag it and prolong it and wait to after the kid here and the kid 2-3 years old. You like, yo, I got 3 years old. You know what I mean? You might as well tell her why the girl pregnant. Now, if a girl is pregnant by somebody else and that's my girl or something, whoa, she better tell me. You got me thinking that I'm this my child and you and another nigga got some pregnant. We gonna have some problems. That's I think
girl, take that to the grave.
Say that again.
That's so low down and dirty to do to somebody, put a kid on somebody that's not theirs. We can't do that as fathers. Like you know what I mean? We just can't. That's why I say it's mama babies, papa's maybe. You know what I mean? Because I mean, we could think it's ours all we want, but we're not 100% sure unless you get the DNA test. And they say in the DNA center, 30% of the people that take DNA tests, 30% is not the father.
That has been happening a lot, bro.
30%.
That you still got a 70% chance. The odds are better.
That's just the people. That's just the people who take DNA tests.
Yeah, he right. The ones that take it.
That's the people who take DNA tests.
We talking about the ones that take it. You talk about the positive. We're not going to talk about the 30 that don't know. 30% now.
Of course you would say that, Keisha. Of course you would say that.
I mean, of course a woman would say that because she's looking out for other women. You know, I feel like this. If that happened to your son, you know you'll be pissed off at the girl.
Shit, have a fit.
First thing, where your mother at? Cause who?
see, that's what I'm saying. See, it's a double standard.
Don't do that. Oh man. So go ahead, Jack. You can go ahead and answer. So if you got someone pregnant outside your relationship, would you tell or keep it a secret and just pay your child support on low and take care of the child?
Wow.
No, I would absolutely say something because, like, well, me, y'all know where I stand when it comes to my kids. I don't play around about my seed. So if I did, I just got to man up, you know what I mean, and tell a little girl was what. So that goes what I was saying. We watched for years. You watched the what's the shit? Jerry Springer, Maury, and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Somebody don't know if it's their kid or not, whatever that. I feel like that right there, to Dre's point, it is low down and dirty. When it comes down to specifically children, and we got a lot of fucked up people in the world that do it. Like, if I, as a man, am dealing with a shorty, and she was to do that to me, this should show. So I'm just going to say it was not turned out. If I found out that it's not my child, and I've been doing what a man's supposed to do and taking care of my child, because I'm going under the pretense that is my child, only to find out that it's not. When you could have just told me. Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: I've never been. Most men, we don't handle the situations of that magnitude like women do, because women can forgive you and take you back and all that, whatever the case is. Things can happen, and a woman is more, I would say, more emotionally equipped to deal with that versus us. It's like, bitch, you stepped out and did this. No, we done. Like, and that's that. But you have some guys that will actually come back. So to that point, just fucking tell me. Just fucking tell me. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, let me decide what I'm going to do. The same way women want to make the decision, like, tell me, don't take away my option. Yeah, bitch, don't take away mine either. Because at the end of the day, things could be a whole lot worse if you bring a child into this world, and I'm thinking it's mine, and I've been stepping up. It was a situation on, I don't know, it was like a movie or something like that, but a man raising a kid, thinking it's his, the kid got severely hurt, needed like a blood transfusion, blood types didn't match, or something like that, where they figured out through DNA that couldn't possibly be the father, and then it turned into a whole nother can of worms. Those things that you see in movies, that shit come from real life instances. Where do you think these writers come up with these scenarios from? This shit really happened to somebody.
I can believe that. So, what about you, Keisha? If
I ain't gonna hold you, if I'm in a relationship and I end up pregnant and I don't know who the father is, it ain't gonna be a baby to determine who's the father. It's only gonna be me, the person that's going to my appointment, and God's gonna know what happened. I mean,
That's
now if
crazy about you.
You being honest. Hey, I'm not mad at the answer.
Appreciate the honesty.
Hey,
God,
before I let you answer, before I let you finish, Keisha, anything to not get in trouble. So I ain't gonna lie. I don't
Right.
think this.
You
Well, go ahead.
cannot-
it's also a thing with me.
guys out here that ain't gonna say shit too.
My baby is 14. You think I'm starting over and I'm almost 40 and I'm at the finish line? Hell no. 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 Nope.
I don't know, man. The temperature just dropped in this motherfucker. Oh my God.
But I do take the time to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, but as a guy, man, you gotta be a man and step up and tell him. No matter that's a tough task and you know, and a tough conversation or whatever. But you gotta tell them or whatever. As for like women, like damn, that's messed up though, man, because they can just not say nothing. It was a thing I saw on one of those little clips like you see on TikTok and all that stuff or whatever. And the dude was saying like him and his wife, they was married. And they had kids with an S. I like multiple, like 4 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And yo found out like that none of them wasn't his.
So she found out one.
Yeah.
Then they did another test and that one wasn't his. Then they did another test and that one is. He said I didn't want to do the youngest one because it was so young. He just figured that it probably wasn't his.
Yeah.
None of the kids was his.
His whole life was a lie, bro.
He was black. He was like, I don't know what to do, man. He was like, I think, did he say he said something to her?
He said something to the kids. All the kids know. He said something to her as well too.
Boy, that's terrible, boy.
That's crazy.
That's crushing.
How old was the oldest kid?
And that's why they say,
I think like up there in age.
And that's why they say men commit suicide more than females too.
God damn, yo, that's
but it also got something to do with their professions. It don't really. Most times when people kill themselves, it got more to do with money than love.
Finances
with men anyway.
Well, that's not always true because they say after divorce, the likelihood of a man committing suicide goes up.
Because of that money.
That's because that money.
Hold up. Hey, Keisha.
Well,
Keisha, that's an accurate.
Yeah.
Keisha, that's an accurate stat, right? But in terms of this, when we talking about a man's kids, I don't think that's off the table. I feel like there has to be statistics on that. I don't know what those statistics are.
I think with those statistics is more murder suicide. Don't forget the murder in front of it. Because most times when you get a divorce and you go through that process, they kill the wife.
They kill everybody in themselves.
Kill the wife and the children and then whatever. Like if you're gonna go strictly suicide, that's more of a finance thing for a man. For a man that's angry and over divorce, is more murder suicide.
Yeah, but again, I'm just trying to stick to the topic. If this man had it was like 5 kids, right, KG? It was like 5.
It was something like 4 or 5 kids, something like that.
And you find out that your whole entire marriage, in this particular case, your whole entire marriage, you've been with this person. I mean, if you got over 5 kids, I mean, I don't know what the age range was, but my point is this: that's 5 kids that you didn't love any of them.
But what I'm saying is, he was more susceptible to kill everyone and not just himself.
Man.
Everybody would.
He handled it, because I'm gonna say he handled that like a man.
Yeah.
He do that, right?
Walked away.
Not her anyway. I ain't hearing nothing about it. I mean, nothing else anyway. But
you know that would have
been like that to nobody. So that's a good thing.
That would have been fine.
But that's.
Say the what now?
That would have went viral. If you saw that video online about the man, that would have also went viral if he would have did something to them or.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'd have definitely, boy. That'd have been like the next week popping up hot news. People talking about it.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm gonna answer from the female part. I mean, shit. I sure they tell me right away. You feel me? Because I'm one of them type of niggas. I said this on the show before. If I'm paying for some kid and I know it ain't mine, I don't know it ain't mine, and then you wind up telling me that, yo, this not yours, You know what I said? Can I get my bread back? Can I get something 50 cents on a dollar? I want some of my money back. I ain't got no problem, no beef. I say I'm a different guy. You feel me? I find out the kid ain't mine. Yo, just give me them diapers back. You feel me? Or just give me the white. That's what I'm saying. I ain't got no problem. I'm just saying, that's what I'm a different nigga. I'm not gonna whip your ass and all that shit. Now, if we talking about later down the line and I'm paying for college tuition and all that shit, that's a different that's a different fucking ball game. But overall, man, just give me my bread back. But far as getting a girl pregnant, I never forget. What was that football movie? It was a football show back in the day, and the dude did some Karl Malone shit. The running back had another girl pregnant on the low the whole time. But he had a wife. I forgot what the show was, and the tight end was gay. Oh my God, Joe! It was a Playmakers. Yo, the whole time, right? The running back, he had a nice family. He was a star and all that shit. Whole time, yo had like an 18-year-old child and shit on the low, and ain't nobody know about it. He just kept taking money out of his check, not being on child support or nothing. Just kept taking care of what's doing on the low and shit. And I was thinking to myself, if that was me with that amount of money, I would have did the same thing too. I said anything not to get in trouble.
You're gonna lose more in the long run, though.
First thing, how many kids?
That's a fact.
How many secret kids do y'all think these celebrities got out here?
I think a lot.
A bunch of them.
I think a lot.
But you're gonna lose more in the long
run. You're right. Because she gonna be like, basically say the same thing. The longer that it happens, I would be mad.
Oh, yo,
she gonna take all my money.
Celebrities might have kids in like other states and shit where you can get away with that shit.
You doing that?
She gonna take everything.
But this strictly more so for the fellas. Let's take the money off the table. I would not want to know that I got a child out here that need my guidance and I ain't with him because I'm trying to hide my shame. That's just me keeping the bean. I'm speaking for myself.
But
I wouldn't want that.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
All men don't have that trait. All men don't look at it.
I agree. I don't know, that right there would just be a hard thing to deal with for me. Like psychologically knowing like I got my kids here by my wife or whatever the case is. I'm seeing them every day. Meanwhile, I got shorty cross town, yo struggling, yo going off the rails. Yo probably got my intellect, yo probably got my talent, all this stuff, and it's not being cultivated by me. So he just going further and further down the rabbit hole, and it's my fucking fault because I was trying to hide my shame. I just couldn't live that way. I couldn't.
You're right. I agree with you. I was just being funny for real. You feel me? Because I mean, I found that crazy. Like, yo, how the hell he do that? Yo, kept it on the low. Nobody knew. Not even some people like on the low people, but nobody. 18 years had a daughter, and what happened is one of the dudes was in his business. Like, hey, yo, why are you always giving this certain envelope? And then he went through his shit and saw that. Yo, he's like, yo, you got a kid and blah blah. He's like, yo, mind your fucking business, blah blah. But it was just crazy. I'm like, yo, 18 years. And then of course it got blown up and all that shit. But I mean, for me, I wouldn't never do it because I'd be thinking like, yo, I'm gonna get caught. The whole entire time, I mean, girls is nosy. The ones, especially girls is nosy.
How you keep that a secret?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
He good.
Avery, don't be on the.
Huh? What you said?
We not nosy.
That's why I'm a good boy. Shit. Hell no. You feel me? So I mean, for me, I would never do no shit like that. I mean, I would be like the rest of these guys. I mean, you got straight up tell the truth and be honest. You can't play around with that shit. I'm gonna tell you right away because I feel like this. The sooner I tell you, that let me know the closer I got a chance to keeping you. The more I delay it, that's my ass. You feel me? So anybody that's going through that, I mean, do the right thing right away.
You tell that immediately.
Yeah.
Boy. It was a story, yo, too. So somebody I knew, yo, they was pregnant, and then the other person was the baby, you know, the father had another girl pregnant. They was in the same room.
So we had both of them pregnant.
In the same room.
See, that's that. See, man, I couldn't do it. Yo, I wouldn't even want to play no games like that, man. That's why I learned this from back in the day when I used to sell drugs, not to be nasty. Nigga, you have raw sex with your wife and you had sex with the thoughts with a condom on. It's simple. You feel me? You don't have to go through that. Now I ain't saying cheat, but that's what I would do. What I was doing. But you feel me? But anyway, anybody want anything before we close it out for the night?
That was a rough topic, man. You ended it on a rough note, bro.
Oh man.
Boy.
Oh man.
LVGS 360 on all platforms, man. We try to get to 1,000 followers, man, so we can start monetizing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. So please, talk to your family members, your friends. You got lonely friends out there that need help with their situations. Talk to them all the goddamn time. You talk to them all day. Send them up here, man, so they can get some of this knowledge, man.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, man. Lessons learned, man. So go ahead, Jack. Tell the people they can find you and what you got going on.
Yo, Jack Gaines on Facebook and Instagram. All the time. Shout out to the Stenbridge Colts, Chesapeake Bayhawks, and Kenwood Blue Jays.
Okay. Next up, Chef Keisha.
I'm Keisha Reeves on Facebook. I am Cloudy Mills by Keisha on Instagram, or Say La Key on Instagram. And Say La Key is CESTLAKEI. That's it.
All right. As always, man, it's been another episode of That's the Way That Goes. Maurice Savage Jr.
And KG Williams.
Hey, man, y'all know where to find us: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
And again, we moving to YouTube, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, don't be left behind. We got all these followers and stuff, man. We want y'all to still get this content, man. We're going to be moving. So, follow us up there, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Peace and good night, everyone.